week presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865. The Red Sox make their second stop of the season's first road trip. They're in Baltimore today for the Orioles opening day. Sean Newcomb making his first Red Sox start. Will Rafi Devers finally bust loose here this afternoon at Camden Yards? Thanks for joining us, everybody. Dave O'Brien alongside Lou Merloni. We promise to stop shopping at the same store every day. And also Jemai Webster will be joining us in a moment. The Red Sox had their problems. Did some things very well in Texas. Lou dropped 3 out of the 4 games. Obviously, Rafi Devers a huge one. And runners in scoring position, a big hole.
To me, runners in scoring position is the reason why. It really tells the whole story. This team could have been 2-2, maybe even 3-1. 6 for 41. They have struck out 16 times. In the last 2 games, you lost by a run each. You're a combined 1 for 24. You're not going to win many games doing that. I like to see the guys kind of use the whole field. The guys that are swinging it well are. I like to see everybody else join the party.
A local boy, Sean Newcomb, will make his Red Sox debut. The boy from Brockton, Massachusetts, facing a good Orioles lineup that hit a lot of home runs in Toronto. Red Sox Orioles from Camden Yards coming your way next.
I'm loving the live betting on DraftKings.
Oh, By Audi. Visit your tri-state Audi dealer today. WB Mason. Request your food service catalog today at WBMason.com and by BuyAToyota.com. Proffers not seen on TV. Visit BuyAToyota.com. Place is packed today. Nothing but orange. There were times we used to come here. It was a sea of red. Not anymore. Let's go downstairs to Jemai Webster for more on today's starting pitcher, Sean Newcomb.
Thank you very much, Dave. You're absolutely right. You talked about Sean Newcomb, who's entering his 9th Major League season, but this one will be unlike any other that he's had previous because he's set to become just the 28th player and Red Sox pitcher to start for the Red Sox who is a Massachusetts native. He told me that it's been a goal. He told me he's been lucky enough to put on some cool uniforms as a major leaguer, but this one a little extra special here today. Now, Newcomb has earned his spot in the rotation. In spring training, he started 5 games, gave up just 1 earned run. I asked him what'll be the approach here against another potent Orioles lineup. He said, just got to keep it rolling, pounding the zone. It's the same game, same mentality, OB.
Pride of Middleborough High School in Massachusetts as we check out today's storylines presented by FanDuel and Tyler O'Neill. Now the enemy, the odds of hitting a home run or recording 2 RBIs or more today. And of course, on opening day, which is his thing, he homered for the 6th consecutive season opener. He did that in Toronto. And T.O. in the lineup batting 3rd. He's in left field for the Orioles with the new fences out there. They're in and they're lower than they were a year ago, much to his liking. We'll see how much the Red Sox take to it. Right now they're going over those ground rules. The Orioles have moved the left field fences in to drop the height from 13 feet to 8 feet. The wall remains weirdly angular out there. There's a lot of space behind it, as you can see. But instead of 384 feet or 398 feet, the deepest part of that crevice is now 374. Goes out to 363, 376, 410 in center field. Still
a little awkward. I thought they were going to have a nice little clean fence, but it's now angled. Remember, last year was more of a 90-degree angle, so it's better. I mean, that 363 mark we were just showing, that used to be 398, kind of in that area. So they brought it in a little bit, but still a little bit of an eyesore for me.
I think dropping the wall could make a significant difference. It certainly made the hitters happier, but what's interesting to me is the success of the Orioles here in recent years. Yes, they've drafted incredibly well. They have a lot of great young talent, but their pitchers really benefited from those fences being back when they pushed them back several years ago.
It wasn't like it was killing their offense, too. I think they had one of the best offenses at home. They hit more. I think they were top 3 in home runs at home. So I know a lot of it's left-handed pop, but still, it's always been a good ballpark to hit in. I think it still remains that. And now you bring in a little bit, and I think it's going to help.
Orioles have a very good team. They expect to go back to postseason play, but early on it was the Yankees had all these injuries. What's going to happen with the Yankees? Are they dropping in everybody's predictions? Then all of a sudden they hit 1 million home runs, and well, maybe not so much of a slide for the Yankees, but the Orioles, Red Sox, and the Yankees could be a 3-horse race this year atop the American League East.
Yeah, and these guys have some question marks and some early injuries. Grayson Rodriguez, when they lost Corbin Burns, he was supposed to step up and be their #1 guy. Gunnar Henderson dealing with a side soreness now all camp. There is a chance we're hearing maybe we see him on Thursday, but most likely the weekend we'll see. And then Colton Cowser yesterday, with the fractured thumb, sliding into first base. And all the little kids out there, that's why they tell you, don't slide into first.
Don't do it.
You get in there, you get there faster if you run through it.
So he'll be out 6 to 8 weeks. That's a big loss. He had 24 home runs for them last year in an outstanding rookie campaign. But they're pretty loaded with their offensive team. They hit 10 home runs over the weekend in Toronto against the Blue Jays. They scored 24 runs. The Red Sox scored 11 just by comparison in Texas. So these guys can hang up runs.
Well, they're swinging it. They got some guys, Cedric Mullins, Tyler O'Neill, off to a really good start. Westberg, who's leading off here today. But this really comes down to the Red Sox, right? And finding ways to get guys in. They got to relax a little bit. It can all go away with one nice day here up and down the lineup.
Well, that is the hope on a beautiful day here in Baltimore. Again, the game beginning a half hour earlier, or roughly. They had a long pregame ceremony for opening day. Rain expected tonight here, but a day off tomorrow anyway. And look at the Red Sox lineup, brought to you by Plymouth Rock. And at the top of the order, Jarren Duran and Rafi Devers trying to snap that 0 for 16 with 12 strikeouts. Bregman will follow, hitting .235. Rob Refsnyder, who is in the lineup today for the first time, playing right field, a lefty killer. He was under the weather in Texas because of a stomach bug, but ready to go today in Game 1 in Baltimore against the Orioles starting pitcher. That's Cade Povich making his season debut. He was acquired from Minnesota in 2022.
Let's take a look at the Orioles defense across the infield. Ramon Arias, she'll be at third base with Jackson Holliday at shortstop, Westberg at second, Mountcastle at first. In the outfield left to right, it's O'Neill, Mullins, and Ramon Liriano with Adley Rutschman doing the catching.
Look at the umpires today, presented by M&T Bank. Chris Guccione will take care of home plate. David Rackley at first. Edwin Moscoso at second. Tom Hanahan, the umpire at third. We're available. The telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP brought to you by Toyota Certified Used Vehicles. And the weather forecast is very nice for the game. Late afternoon showers or early evening showers. That's a possibility, but right now, we'll call it partly sunny. And Tyler O'Neill and the Orioles to take on the Sox here in the first of 3 games. Staggered with a game today, no game tomorrow. 3-game series, and the Red Sox will get back home to Fenway. And Duran is in, Povich ready. And the first one is going to be ball 1, and we are underway. Duran at 250. In search of that first home run. Lefties love this ballpark typically. High fly the other way. That's pretty well hit. O'Neill's backing up though, and there's still a lot of room out there, and he'll make the catch. One down.
The ball was hit well. It was right to the edge of that track. Probably right around 360 feet. That's when you wish opening day at Fenway Park instead of here in Baltimore. But and here we go here with Raffy.
He's not the #1 story in baseball. The Yankees torpedo bats are probably #1, but he's in the top 3 with this terrible start for him. Of course, in Boston, he's #1. 0 for 16, 12 strikeouts.
It's baby steps for him. It's about trying to find something positive out of at bats, dominating every pitch. When you are where you are here, you have to redefine the term success, right? The success right now is getting 2-0. Now you get a good pitch to hit, put a good swing on it. Maybe you draw a walk. You don't just come out and get 4 hits when you're swinging the bat like you have the last 4 days.
2-0 filed away. Sox coaches around the batting cage today were saying he doesn't have to have a great at bat every time today. He's got to have 1 or 2, but not all 4 of them or 3 of them, whatever he gets. But just so much of that, and another fastball getting by him. 2-2.
That's what we've seen a lot of. He's not chasing pitches. He's just swinging through strikes.
They'll pop that one up down the third base line. Urias looking for room, but that's up into the netting.
The adjustment's been with his legs, you know, in his stance, trying to give him a chance. The hands are a little bit away from him. Yeah, when you see the stance too, the feet really got almost behind him. He is trying to get it out towards more, say, right center. It's still pretty close to him. I'd like to see it out in front more.
2-2. Pretty good rip at that one. I think most fans are curious. How does that happen? How do you go from being an elite hitter to your stance changes and now you're a bit of a mess?
Little by little, you start getting in bad habits. You know, when you swing it each and every day, it's funny. Sometimes during the season, you can look at a video a week from hitting a month ago and say, why are my hands so low now? And just little by little, they creep, and that stance is feet are getting close together.
3-2.
And again, he's got real wide stance open, but when they're right behind you like this, you get your weight on your backside, your butt. You want it over your knee.
Baseball people, this has been going on for 100 years. They say, well, we can fix it. It's mechanics. What we don't know about Raffy is how much of this is from the chin up.
Yeah. And I'll say this, already this is a much better at bat. He would have been out 3 pitches ago.
9th pitch of the at bat, and he's going to take ball 4. He had a good at bat there. Didn't get a hit, but he's on with a walk, and he earned that.
That's a good at bat. Again, positivity, right? You can't just climb out of this thing with 3 homers here today. You know, that is a good at bat. He laid off some pitches close. He got the 3-2. He fouled off some pitches that he was swinging through a couple days ago, and it's going to take some time. He's a great hitter. You just hope he finds it soon.
Here's Bregman, 235, without a home run or an RBI yet. Red Sox had a lot of scoring chances in Texas without cashing in on many. But the bullpen was excellent. Bregman was talking about this today. Red Sox defense was excellent. A searing line drive and a base hit. O'Neill will scoop that. Raffy to second, and it's bobbled a bit by Holiday at short, but Red Sox with another opportunity right away, giving themselves chances.
Well, they have. You know, we talk about the average, was it 6 for 41? You got 41 opportunities. You know, the Orioles, they're only hitting 231. They got 6 for 26. The opportunities are there. They're stealing bases. They're getting guys in scoring position. Maybe the change of scenery, come to a different city, take some of the heat off these guys when they're in these spots, because it starts to build. It gets stressful.
Well, 1-3 is 1-3. Not trying to be Johnny Silver lining here. But the Red Sox did a lot of things well in Texas that a year ago they did not. Rob Refsnyder getting a start today. Didn't play in Texas because of the stomach bug. But with a lefty going today, I mean, I think he would have taken himself out of the hospital to swing the bat. He loves the left-handers. Sox trying to get on the board. It's another thing they haven't done. Get a lead.
And last year again, Rob doing it again. 302 against lefties, 941 OPS. This is that roll, but is that a little stomach bug, whether it was coming out of Mexico or what? But he had a couple days where he wasn't even at the park in Texas.
0-2. Devers at second and Bregman on at first. Trevor Story on deck. In front of a jammed house at Camden Yards, which remains an absolute jewel of a ballpark.
There's that changeup. Kick change, Obi. He's another one that's got a new kick change. Povich isn't going to overpower you really with anything. 92, they've seen him a couple of times last year. A little curveball sweeper and that kick change.
Seems everyone has one this year. Cut on and missed. That one got by him. Really challenged him there. Only 92 miles an hour. 2 gone.
92, but it was located. That's a tough spot to get to. First game here for Ref Schneider, up and in. That's a nice one here. Again, this is his arsenal here. It's presented by WB Mason. That 4-seam fastball, he lives with. It's 92. He has to spot it. Mixes in the curveball sweeper. Again, kick change here this year. First time he really dealt against the Red Sox, but then they got him the next one.
So 2 away for Story, checking in at 0-9-1. No homers or RBIs yet. And the breaking ball in there. You might see a lot of curveballs today. Raffy not the only guy who got off to a bad start. Story's 1 for 11. Wong's 1 for 12. Casas 1 for 16. Raffaello 1 for 12. Oh, 2 on the Red Sox shortstop. Trying to get the inning to Christian Campbell. Wilyer Abreu resting today. Got Campbell in there. He's hitting almost 430. Devers and Bregman. They lead away. And struck him out to retire the side. Red Sox will lead 2 to start. Here's the Oriole lineup in the home half of the first inning. Westberg, Rutschman, and O'Neill. Mountcastle, Kerstad, Laureano, you remember him from Oakland. Cedric Mullins in center field. Urias at third base. Jackson Holliday, the shortstop. It's the Red Sox starting pitcher, brought to you by BuyAToyota.com. Massachusetts guy, now 31 years old. Sean Newcomb, his Red Sox debut.
Well, he earned it in camp. He was absolutely outstanding. Had a .63 ERA. Came in here, you know, he wasn't really on this depth chart to say when the thing started, right? Then injuries happened. You're thinking Priester, you're thinking Fitz. Fitz was the big talk. Meanwhile, this guy quietly was dominating.
Line toward right, but foul off the bat of Westberg. Came in hitting .462.
And he just earned the spot. That's the one good thing I think Cora, Bailey, they feel good about. Guys like Fitz, guys like Newcomb, they went out and did it. The cutter's a big difference for him. He's throwing in the high 80s. He's got a little more vertical tilt down. He used to try to ride it up and in.
He's 6'5".
But in years past, he wanted to kind of like up and in the righties. And now they're almost making it look more like a little slider. And it was one of his best pitches in camp.
He's pitched in the majors each of the last 8 years. Ground ball up the middle and a base hit. Westberg came in hot. And he starts the game with a single.
Let's take a look at the Red Sox defense presented by Bigelow Tea. Across the infield, Bregman back at third base with Story at short, Campbell at second. Romy Gonzalez gets the start at first base. In the outfield, left to right, you got Duran, Rafaela, and Rob Refsnyder with Connor Wong doing the catching.
One of the best young players in baseball, Adley Rutschman, the catcher. Got a couple of home runs already, hitting .313. He had 2 home runs on opening day, and he'll look at a strike. They split their 4 in Toronto. Without star shortstop Gunnar Henderson, he's on the IL with an intercostal strain. We mentioned Cowser on the IL with a broken thumb. Still a really good lineup.
Sure is. It's the guys that can swing it. This has got to be special for Sean. Putting that first big league uniform on, the Braves or the A's or the Cubs. When it says Boston, you grew up in Middleborough, that means something.
Betcha. Gives up a knock into left field. Back-to-back singles. Westberg to second. And a quick start for the Orioles. 2 on, none out for Tyler O'Neill.
Getting that cutter. So Westberg got kind of shot the hole up the middle. He didn't hit it hard. This one here was hung a little bit. Adley puts a good swing on it. You want to get that cutter a little bit more in, just about location.
Now, T.O., 31 home runs for the Red Sox last year. Drove in 74, hitting .241. He's off to a really nice start with his team. We mentioned the home run on opening day, death taxes, and a home run by T.O. on opening day. And he will look at a strike.
Yeah, he's a real dangerous hitter. And we saw it last year. He can leave the ballpark, especially against lefties. Not many better than him. Hit .318, 16 of these home runs. Only 156 plate appearances.
0-1 swing and a shot down the line, hooking into the corner, and will be a foul ball.
And OPS over 1,100 against lefties. That's where he did so much damage. And early in the year, his body's feeling good. It's a dangerous hitter here today against this lefty.
Well, we enjoyed covering him last year. He's a good guy. Fun to be around. 1-2. And hit some absolute blasts. So you can tell he did not avoid the weight room this winter.
Never does. Probably could afford a cheeseburger or two, right? Add some weight.
Wish. 2-2. And Newcomb with a career record of 28-25, 4.51 ERA as a starter and a reliever. Played his college ball at the University of Hartford, as did the Hall of Famer Jeff Bagwell. Runner at second breaking. Ground ball almost got him. It avoided him, and the run is in. Westberg will score on an RBI by O'Neill. Almost clipped him. Almost got the runner, but didn't, and it's 1-0 Baltimore.
Well, it's been pretty breaking ball heavy here. Looked like another cutter that he wanted in, and you see it too. I don't think Bregman could have had it. You know, if Westberg was not running, it looked like he might have still hit that hole. But again, location, right? You see Connor Wong kind of setting up in, really reaching out over the plate for that cutter. Tyler O'Neill, another guy just finding a hole here on Sean.
3 consecutive base hits. Brings up Mountcastle, the first baseman. who has a history against the Red Sox. He's hit 10 career home runs against Boston in 63 games. Batting out of the cleanup spot. Newcomb's best year in the big leagues was with Atlanta back in 2018. Had a good year, went 12-9, a 3.90 ERA, made 30 starts for them.
Just a ton of injuries, right? Just a ton of injuries for him lately. Coming to camp, finally feeling healthy, going out, throwing the ball well in camp, but looking for a ground ball here to get out of this jam.
That one roped into left field. Duran on the move, has to play it on the bounce. Had to barehand it. Rutschman coming in. He will score. The throw is going to be bobbled by Story, and they're going to be safe at second and third. That's 4 batters, 4 hits for Baltimore. They lead it 2-0.
Yeah, that's the big one there too. You know, again, it's another cutter in, and this one actually is located well, but we're about 15, 16 pitches into this game, and you've thrown 3 fastballs. So then it starts getting into, I mean, you're just throwing nothing but cutters at this point right now, really kind of living with it. It's a good pitch for him, but when you throw one that's really located kind of where exactly you want it, you got to mix up that fastball to get him off it.
Well, Duran had trouble with it as he lunged to barehand the ball and knock it down. So 2 men in scoring position. Heston Kjerstad will climb in. He's their DH today. And a lefty-lefty.
Good sinker there. First one of those we've seen. Really tied him up.
One ball, one strike. Newcomb graduating from Middleborough High. Pitched on the Cape a couple of summers as well while in college. Got a big wave and a miss by Kjerstad.
You see that's an uncomfortable swing on a little slurve he likes to call, whether it's a sweeper or a slurve. But that sinker down and in, that made him feel uncomfortable to expand the zone.
And a good breaking ball to freeze him. He struck him out to get his first out of the game. 5 batters in and 1 gone.
Yeah, this one just freezes him. It's not really where he wants it either, but it just freezes him. And I'm telling you, that first swing on that sinker down and in kind of messed with him that whole at bat. We saw Povich throwing 92. He just punched out 2 guys with heaters up. It can still be effective.
Righty up there, infield in. Ramon Laureano began last season with Cleveland. They DFA'd him in May. Signed a minor league deal with Atlanta. But a couple of years ago, he just terrorized the Red Sox as an Oakland A, defensively as much as offensively.
He's throwing everybody out. Remember that series out there. He's swinging it. Still play defense in the outfield. Sox bring the infield in here now with 1.
And a 1-1 pitch. Let it go for a strike.
We'd love to get out of it right here. You can live with giving up 2. We talked about this the other day with Fitz. He did a great job to give up 1. Remember in that second inning. Get a big ground ball here to an infielder or a punch out. Try to get out of this with just 2 runs. He'll take it.
And a swing and a miss. He tied him up big time on that swing and struck him out. Back-to-back Ks here by Newcomb.
Yeah, they're calling it a slurve. It's kind of like, you know, it's that sweeper. What the difference between a slurve and a sweeper? It's big, it's slow, it breaks, and it gets you to swing and miss, just like that.
So the 7th hitter here in the first inning will be Cedric Mullins, hitting .313 with 2 home runs.
I like that pitch up and in. Let's take a look at his arsenal. It's presented by Audi. See that fastball, 92. We can get up to 94. We've seen it. Sinker, cutter. Been a money pitch here so far. Go-to. Change up he has. Slurve.
Mullins also hit 2 home runs on opening day in Toronto.
It's off to a good start.
He is. O'Neill at third. Mountcastle at second. And that one driven deep into the alley, way out there, way back. That's going to take a hop up against the wall. 2 runs in. O'Neill and Mountcastle both score. Mullins pounced on it. 4-0 Baltimore.
That's the crushing one. Right, you're in serious trouble. You come back, you punch out a couple of guys, and look where this ball ends up. It's above the belt, right over the middle of the park, of the plate. He drives into right center. Mullins off to a hot start, especially guys in scoring position. That's the killer one. You walk out here with 2, you're good. 4's the big blow.
5 hits already. Here's the 8th man to hit in the inning. Orioles playing third base. He's off to a good start too at 364. This is an Oriole lineup with a couple of key guys out. And the 0-1 fouled away.
And you see the Red Sox again, 0 for 2 already. Runners in scoring position in the first. As we said, 1 for 24 combined the last 2 games. And then you watch other teams hit, and you're like, see, it's not that hard. It's not that stressful, right? Can't we just get one of these to break the ice?
Arias will lay off, and that'll miss. Talked a lot about the offense. Starting pitching has not been great for the Red Sox, even before today. Fitz threw the ball well yesterday. And cut on and missed, and down he goes, and that will finally end it. But the Orioles blow up for 4 in the first inning. Top of the second in Baltimore. Red Sox already down 4-0. Trying to jump back in this thing against Cade Povich with Campbell, Gonzalez, and Wong to hit against the lefty here on the Orioles opening day at home. Christian, terrific series in Texas, 429 with a home run and a little 4-game hitting streak to start his major league career. By the way, Duran was charged with an error on the bobble in left field on the shot into the corner off the bat of Mountcastle. So it went as a single and an E7. Basically the first Red Sox error of the season, because the other one was catcher's interference.
Yeah.
Catcher gets hit with an error on that in the ruling, but that was an E7. And the 3-1 to the rookie. And look at the strike.
Seeing Povich kind of fastball first pitch and fastball one there, 3-1, well located. Everything else been that slow breaking ball. See how they attack Christian Campbell after watching him for a series.
3-2 and misfired on that, so that's ball 4. Left-hander is walked 2. The Red Sox have the leadoff man on. Sox have been stealing bases. Get a lefty today, but they stole 4 bases yesterday, 8 in the series in Texas.
They've been running. Higashioka doesn't throw well, neither did Heim. Richmond's a little different animal, but especially on the left, you go first move.
Big hole on the right side. Romy Gonzalez. Romy getting a start at first base today. Batting stats presented by your local Honda dealers. I grew up watching the Red Sox all through the 70s and the 80s. Romy looks like about every player I ever remember wearing a Red Sox uniform. With the stash going.
He loves that stash, huh? I saw him in camp. I said, we're sticking with it. He's got, it's me now.
Tim, yeah.
In the offseason, he's down in Miami. Another guy that hit lefties, much like Refsnyder, over 300 all year last year. Had a nice roll.
Well, we're holding, and that was smacked for a base hit into left. Red Sox had a couple of base runners in the first inning, did nothing with that. Now the first 2 on here in the second.
Well, here we go. It's the difference, right? This is what this game is. Talk about situational hitting. Orioles, first couple guys on, but then that followed up with a couple of big hits and then a big 2-out one from Mullins. Red Sox looking to break through here now and try to answer that 4-run first inning.
Connor, one of many guys trying to get started here. 0.83 for a batting average. He's 0 for 4 lifetime against this lefty. Well, abundant sunshine here today in Baltimore.
Connor 0 for 8 runs in scoring position. A lot to do with that is Campbell and Abreu have been on the whole time.
A lot.
He's had a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
You know, Connor's just a dead pull hitter, right? I mean, he's a pull hitter, there's no question about it, but it doesn't mean your thought process is left field line. You can still think up the middle, which I like to see a lot more of these hitters think up the middle. He'll still pull it, but he'll pull it the right way.
Man, in this ballpark, there's nothing but green space out there in left center field.
It's like
Drive
Texas.
that alley.
Texas the same way?
Yeah.
Short to right.
All the way back to 410. They lead at first and second, a 1-2 coming.
You know, your 2 best hitters in Texas were Campbell and Abreu. They both had doubles the other way. They both went foul line to foul line, hit the ball the other way. Everyone else, there was some pull happiness. You got to get away from that. The answer is always the other way.
2-2 from Povich. And on the inside edge to get him. Four-seamer at 93 to strike him out. And Wong cannot advance the runners.
This is where you got to go to school now if you're that dugout. Povich has 3 strikeouts, and they're all fastball in. This one was spotted. The other 2 to Refsnyder and Story were a little elevated. So he's not throwing hard, soft, but with 2 strikes, he's trying to beat you with that fastball in.
Set on Rafaela. 0-8-3, no home runs. 1 run batted in. Another chilly start. And he has swung at just about everything.
You know, he's so good in camp. And then, you know, the minute you get to the regular season and it means something, it's like he's reverted back. You got to get comfortable and trust the work you put in camp.
But you don't have to swing at every pitch.
You know, it's different when at-bats and results have consequences, right? In spring training, they don't. So you can afford to be patient, but trust that what you're doing in camp can work here and see a few more pitches.
Campbell and Gonzalez leading away. And struck him out. Back-to-back Ks by Povich. Exactly what he did in the first inning when he got out of that jam. Now 2 down.
Same pitch 3 times in a row. This one here was a mistake. That was a curveball. That's a get-me-over curveball. Shouldn't be a 2-strike one. Just kind of swung over the middle of it.
Jaron 0 for 1. He's flat out to left. Red Sox trying to get on the board, down 4-0. Duran named 2024 Red Sox MVP by the baseball writers of Boston. The 1-0. Fly into left center field. Long run from Mullins. O'Neill will not get there. That one will stick underneath the wall and pop out. That's going to score 2. Campbell is in. Gonzalez is in. And all the way down to third, Jaron Duran to get the Red Sox on the scoreboard.
Boy, did you need that, huh? I mean, this thing was building, right? Okay, you can't get a hit with a guy in scoring position. So who do you go to? You go to your guys. You're looking for Duran. You're looking for Bregman and Devers to kind of pull you out of it. He gets a pitch, a hanger, drives this thing to left center and gets that first triple of the year. I tell you, that is big. That can relax a lot of people, not just Duran.
So he picks up his first 2 RBIs of the season, and that brings up Devers as the Red Sox try and keep it rolling. Duran, who had 14 triples last year, picks up his first of this season. And stuck right underneath the padding for a split second. And the 0-1. Raffy taking a walk in the first inning.
Well, Raffy's looked better, and you can say it's only 92, and that's why. But we saw 91, 92 from Malley out in Texas. We saw 88 from Milner. Just buy him. Swings look better.
Got a piece of that. 1-2.
And the definition of presence, we talk about no matter how bad he's going. Talking to the guys with the Orioles, they're not convinced that he's going bad because they're used to seeing him hit homers against this team. He loves hitting against Baltimore, and that's what I mean. It's presence. He's going to bust out on somebody. These pitchers don't want it to be them.
Time granted to Raphael. Jaron Duran with a 2-run double with 2 out. And the Red Sox starting to claw back here pretty quickly against Povich in Baltimore.
And that's what we're talking about. He's not chasing that fastball up. It's only been 4 games, but there really hasn't been much chase in his game. It's missing strikes.
And a big swing and a miss to strike him out as he fans for the 13th time this season. But the 3-base hit by Duran makes it 4-2.
Celebrate the Grateful Dead's 60th anniversary with us at Fenway on Friday, April 18th. Secure your seats at redsox.com/GratefulDead. 60 years.
Jaron Duran grabbing a couple of RBIs there with a 3-base hit. The Sox are now down 2 as we move to the bottom of the second. Lou Merlone, Dave O'Brien, Jemai Webster alongside. And Jackson Holliday lead it off and stings a base hit. Right now, Newcomb is not missing bats. And that is already 6 hits for the Orioles.
I was wondering if he's kind of going to get back to this fastball, and he kind of comes right at him with a sinker. So Holliday's ready for it, stays inside of it, and finds a hole. We like to see him settle down here. This is a big 0 he's about to put up, right? You want to put a 0 up. You just got back into this ball game. Get this ground ball quick, double play, and sort of erase the damage.
Westburg started the onslaught with a base hit in the bottom of the first inning. First of 4 consecutive hits and 5 in the inning by the Orioles. And he would score their first run. Connor Wong doing the catching today. I thought Narvaez looked good behind the plate the other day.
He did. He had a walk and a knock, too. So these two guys kind of together. Quick little pick to first.
Yeah.
He's got a quick release.
Runner goes. Check swing. The throw down is the tags. And got him. Connor Wong cuts down Holliday. Out at second.
See if they take a look at this here, but Connor Wong, I tell you, in camp, he looked like Connor from a couple of years ago. Quick release, strong throw. We're going to want to take a look at it. You see where this tag was. There's the foot in there before the tag. Christian catches this ball behind him, puts it on him, but was that left foot already on the bag or not? Actually, that right foot might have clipped it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, he might have got that right foot in there first. There's the toe hits the bag right there. Almost simultaneous, but that front foot maybe I think goes in safe. We'll see how bad I am on these replays this year, but they may reverse this one.
So watching it in New York, Brandon Hyde and Alex Cora both want to find out what happened here.
I think that foot gets in before he kind of tags him on that side.
Yeah. Well, let's see if they see it that way. Ruled out on the field.
Holliday getting a jump, first move. Again, Connor Wong really throwing the ball well. And it started down at Fort Myers. It's a little bit too long for my liking.
You and me both.
I mean, if it takes this long, play stays.
The runner's out.
He's out.
Baltimore will lose their challenge.
So it stands as called on the field. Caught stealing Holliday, and Connor Wong gets it.
Kind of surprised me a little bit, but you'll take it. I guess, it takes that long. It's that's hard to judge, and I guess you kind of keep the call the way it is. We got replay in this game for the obvious ones, right?
To see it a little quicker. So the count 3-1 on Westburg. Adley Rutschman on deck. And he will walk him. Another base runner. It's 7 base runners here in the first 2 innings. And now Rutschman, who laced a base hit, scored a run in the first. One of the best catchers in baseball in a pretty short conversation. Starts with a breaking ball for strike one. Swung the bat well in the Grapefruit League at about 360. Tyler O'Neill after him. Newcomb trying to settle in here. Ground ball to second. Campbell to Story. One on to first. Double play. That's what Newcomb had been looking for, and he got it there with the twin killing. 4-2 Baltimore.
Yeah, watching the Carbs, he's good. Just having a good time at a ballpark. This place is kind of electric, right, for opening day. People out there lined up, ready to go.
Boy, were they. When we came to the ballpark, many hours ago, they were pressing against the gates to get in for opening day home opener for the Orioles. Bregman will lead things off here in the third. Red Sox trail 4-2. He had a base hit first time up. And when yesterday on his birthday, Ref Snyder and Story after him against Cade Povich, the left-hander.
He needs some more guys to join the club. Bregman and Durant are good. Campbell and Abreu are hot. Need a couple more guys, right, to kind of produce here a little bit throughout this lineup.
Bregman sits safely in 4 straight. Singled and stole a base in the 8th inning yesterday at Texas. So another guy who can steal a base for the Red Sox. They've got plenty of them in this lineup. Fly ball down the line. Laureano sprinting for that. Good outfielder as mentioned, but he could not make the play.
A little break there. You mentioned good outfielder, kind of looking right into that sun, kind of right behind over our left shoulder. Tell by the shadows. Bregman gets another shot. We talk about the leadership of Alex Bregman with the young kids and the hitters. After game 2, we sat in that clubhouse for about an hour with Connor Wong going over pitch selection in calling a game, some things that he saw.
That was when Crochet started, yeah.
Or Crochet, rather, game 1, yeah. Pitch selection with a catcher.
For a couple of hours.
Yeah. Talking about sequencing. Why'd we go here? Maybe this was the better pitch. Cora always said he holds everybody accountable. Kid loves talking baseball. And after game 1, he's talking to the catcher about sequencing.
3-2, and he'll take a seat. Povich can be sneaky. Sinker getting in there to fan Bregman.
Throws 92, and it's a strikeout pitch. Another 4-seamer here. Now, this wasn't in, but he's been going to it here with 2 strikes and getting guys.
Right at the bottom of the zone. Ref Snyder 0 for 1 with a K. These two clubs will meet 13 times this year. Last year, Red Sox were 5-8 against the Orioles. And Robb will look at a strike. Trevor Story on deck. Red Sox fell behind 4-0. Bounced back on a 2-run triple by Duran to put a pair on the board. Yeah, no baseball tomorrow. Back at it at 6:35 on Wednesday evening. Garrett Crochet against Zach Eflin. Tanner Houck goes on Thursday. Red Sox will not have a day off. When they get back to Boston, it's right back at it at Fenway in the home opener against the St. Louis Cardinals on April 4 at 2 o'clock. We're hoping for 55 and sunny. 1-2, and he jumped on that one, got on top of it, and knocks a base hit into left with one down.
Not all hits are in the zone, huh? Talking about going up, climbing the ladder here. Look where this ball ends up. This is almost shoulder, neck high. Get on top of me. Beautiful.
So it'll bring up Story, who struck out in the first inning. Trevor 1 for 12 out of the gate.
If Trevor, it's all about timing, right? Get on that fastball. They've challenged him with a few. Timing's off a little bit. That front foot down. Hands are back. Trying to feel it as well to get comfortable.
Rev Snyder on at first. That's a pitch that's been getting him strikes. Not afraid to come in on the righties. He threw the ball very well in the spring at Sarasota to make this rotation. Last year they called him up after he went 5-1 at the minor league level. Made his major league debut against Toronto, and the first hit he gave up in the big leagues was a 3-run homer to Vladimir Guerrero.
You can do that.
Who said hello.
You see Rob there, Noah Abreu, and it's like, how do you sit your best hitter? Well, remember, Abreu missed, what, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, the GI virus, and lost 10, 15 pounds. It's amazing he even made the roster. He has been swinging it.
2-1 and off the line foul.
So it's been great that he's been on base so often because he's swinging. However, you know, they talk to the doctors, the medical staff, the trainers. It's a lot of running for a guy that dealt with what he dealt with. Really only had about a week and a half of camp. So it's a long field, right? Keep running him out there every day until what, he tweaks a groin or pulls a hamstring. Tomorrow's enough. He'll be available today late in this game.
I would bet on that. I bet the mortgage on it. Little floater toward right field. Laureano coming on. That's going to drop in for a hit. Rev Snyder rounding on his way to third. The throw is offline. And that means Story can advance and dive into second, too. So the Red Sox have runners at second and third. Trevor Story just dunking it in shallow right.
You know, we were talking about kind of using the whole field. He didn't drive this ball, but good hitters get jammed. You know, we were talking about it with Millard the other day. You can't be afraid to get jammed. Stay in the middle of the field. This thing gets in on him, but sometimes good things happen. Number one, when you make contact and you use the whole field, and good base running by Rev Schneider caused that throw away, and Story advances to second.
The base hit in an E9 to allow Story to advance to second. That brings up Campbell. And he'll fly that one down the left field line, but he pulls it foul for strike one. Christian took a walk, scored a run. In the second inning, he was aboard on the triple by Duran. Red Sox getting right back in this game.
One big hit away from erasing what happened early.
And Povich with the 0-1.
Now you got to battle. This team is, the strikeouts have still been a problem early in the year. We mentioned before, 2 outs, nobody on, you punch out, no big deal. Second and third, 1 out. The ball needs to be put in play. The infield is back there giving you a run.
2-strike pitch. Hard hit, but foul. He does hit the ball hard. was over in the vicinity of one Jemai Webster.
Let's try to keep him healthy this year. Couple trips
That
to
was
the
a close one, but I'm okay, guys. Don't worry about me.
Couple trips to the X-ray room last year.
Goal one in our booth. Keep him healthy. Blocked by Rutschman. No advance by the runners. Still one of my favorite stories when he got drilled in the ribs and he took X-rays at Yankee Stadium and Judge came out of the X-ray room right before him and said, "Are you okay, man? I saw you got crushed the other day. Are you all right?"
Yeah, still an all-timer. That's going in the autobiography, OB. We talked about it.
1-2 pitch. Up the middle. Scooped up by Westberg. The run will score. And the Red Sox add another. Campbell will pick up his second RBI as Rob Refsnyder crosses the plate. Story down to third. This becomes a one-run game.
That's a nice at-bat. Again, infield is back. You hit the ball on the ground, up the middle. You're going to get that free RBI. It looked like that heater in that Povich was kind of going after guys for that strike three. Finally get somebody kind of offering at it. Get that run in.
Red Sox were down 4-0 in a heartbeat. Base hit away from tying this thing up. Popped down the line. Mountcastle and Laureano. Nobody's going to get to that.
It's one of the things they really loved about Campbell. You know, I know early on, what was it, an 0 for 11 with 9 strikeouts in camp, and they're like, this is not who he is. This is a guy that strikeout rate was like 20%, maybe slightly lower in the minor leagues. He takes his walks, he makes contact. It was a good at bat. You got to make contact in that situation.
One and one on Romy. Two down, a man at third. Pitch count getting up there for the lefty. It's 68. Wong would hit next. Sox have 5 hits. And that's snapped in there for a strike. Refsnyder and Story with base hits in the inning. Campbell with the RBI on a ground out. And a 1-run game. Here's the 2-2 coming.
There it is again. Put that in the book, you know, with this kid. He gets 2 strikes, boy. He's painting that. He's trying to come with that fastball in.
Povich from the set. Gonzalez hanging in. Romy last year named the Red Sox unsung hero by the baseball writers. Led Major League Baseball in pitch and home runs with 3.
Did a nice job in that role.
This guy can run too. Good speed. And yeah, he snuck it in there again. And froze him at home plate. He struck him out. It's been his pitch, but the Red Sox get another one back. It's 4-3. Time now for PNC Bank slow moments.
Here it is, Tyler O'Neill. Another opening day home run. He now owns that record. Opposite field up in Toronto. You kind of knew it was going to happen, right? This guy is in Toronto. Canadian. I remember last year up in Seattle, he had a lot of friends up there.
Sure did.
But I'll say this. In Seattle, he went oppo on opening day, and same with Toronto. Is that the only time he's gone oppo in the last year?
It actually was. Incredibly. 31 home runs last year. All but once pulled it. There's a base hit to drive in a run today. So we're seeing some runs. 4-3 Orioles. We'll go the other way this time. Floating that one down the line. And that one is going to drop in for a base hit. Right field very kind today. And he's 2 for 2.
Yep, Story got a little love over there as well. Now Tyler O'Neill. So last year, that home run was his 6th. That tied the record. And then 7 obviously breaks the record. Do we know where Baltimore opens up next year yet? Wait, and remember, too, like opening day, you're facing the ace.
Yeah.
More times than not, right? You're facing their best pitcher. And he's still doing it.
Decent chance it'll be in a domed ballpark. Mountcastle with a base hit and a run in the first inning. Orioles with 7 hits. And O'Neill, the base runner. Newcomb did get a double play ball, really helped him in the second inning. But the hits have been falling in against the lefty.
Mountcastle, another guy, you know, a lot of trade rumors around him. He's kind of vocal a little bit. Maybe he's not happy, kind of feeling like they're looking to trade him. He knows it.
Across for a strike. Last year, 30 doubles. He's good power. Seemingly has always hit the Red Sox well. Came up empty on that cut. So 3-2. The White Sox, they already have a 9-0 lead today. Trying to go 2-2 on the year. That's going to be ball 4. So the second walk issued by Newcomb as we toss it down to Jemai Webster.
Well, Dave, after that Texas series, and we noticed Alex Bregman utilizing pitch count in the hot corner, I asked bench coach Ramon Vasquez about it, and he told me about the league's updated rule this offseason to add another receiver to the infield, but his wish is to allow everyone to use it except maybe the first baseman because of runners on base there. But I also asked Bregman about it, who we know as a baseball junkie. He said he loves to use it to stay locked into every moment of the game, and the pitch sequencing is something he pays attention to. Just this week, Alex Cora told us about Bregman going over those pitch sequences with Connor Wong and praising those choices, as you just mentioned, Lou.
Kerstad, the batter, takes outside ball 1.
Well, I think it's great for the infielders to know the pitch. You know, when I was at third or the third baseman, shortstop, there'd always be communication. Hey, let me know when the breaking ball's coming. You can see the sign from short, and it'd be maybe a whisper or a noise.
Was it true that when he was the shortstop of the Orioles, Cal Ripken Jr. called the pitches?
Yeah, I've seen some of those guys at that level calling pitches. Here he is.
He's calling them right now. Weave and a miss. First set off balance.
But, you know, sometimes as a third baseman, and you got a guy throwing pretty hard, if he's going to throw a little breaking ball, I want to know, because that's a ball that usually the righty will turn and burn a little bit. So sometimes if I hear breaking ball, I might take a little half step on the pitch to the line to get a jump and expecting them to hit it down that line. And I think second baseman, first baseman kind of do something similar as well.
O'Neill at second, Mountcastle on at first. The Orioles have had a ton of traffic here in the first 3 innings. And a 1-2 to the DH. And got him. 95. He humped that one up to strike him out. One away.
Watching Povich here from across the way. That fastball still plays. Maybe a little down the zone. Nice job by Connor Wong, though, bringing it up and getting that strike.
So again, some trouble here for Newcomb, but on the verge of getting out of it if he can get another ground ball right at somebody. He struck out this man Laureano in the first inning. Newcomb, a guy who, when he's with Atlanta and healthy, got into postseason play 6 times. There's a bounding ball. Story for Campbell, got the out on the first, and a double play. So he gets out of another inning with a big twin killing. Still 4-3. Top 4 in Baltimore, 4-3. The Orioles had the lead here in their home opener. Connor Wong to lead it off here against Povich. Red Sox were down 4-0. They've clawed their way back and have scored the 3 runs over the last 2 innings, including a big 2-run triple by Jarren Duran. Connor Wong 0 for 1 with a K. Then Rafaela, and then Duran back again.
74 pitches. Goal here is to make this guy work, not let him finish this inning, get to that bullpen. Some guys moving around out there, but nobody really throwing yet.
Kind of came up with a couple of base runners in the second inning and punched out. So unlike last year, you got off to that incredibly hot start. A different story. Rafaela next. And a good count for Connor. The 3-1. Back toward the hill. Povich makes the play. 1 gone. Time now for the Allstate Good Hands replay.
Got to turn double plays in this league. Get out of big jams. That's what happens here. The biggest improvement for Christian Campbell has been turning to here from day 1 of camp to where he is now. Quick feet, open it up, good strong arm. You got to turn him, and he has been really good here so far this season. Big improvement from camp.
And Newcomb's gotten 2 of those double plays. Here's Cedon. He'll fly that one down the right field line and out of play. Some gray clouds are beginning to approach the ballpark. They are expecting some showers or thunderstorms in the early part of the evening. And that's the reason this game was scheduled for 3 o'clock and they backed it up to 2:30. But it's Baltimore, so you never know. You literally never know if it's going to rain in 10 minutes or just blow on by. A roller to first, picked off by Orioles. Really good fielder and got him there at first base. 2 up and 2 down to Jemai.
Well, OB, to Lou's point about Christian Campbell's proficiency around the second base bag and defensively, Alex Cora was talking about that pregame today, about how you tell Campbell something and he may not get it, but you show him, as Alex has done, showing him exactly how to handle himself around there, and it clicks right away. So he is a learner in practice, and it seems has helped him elevate his game at second base defensively.
Talk about a learning curve.
Yeah, he's visual. He needs to see it. You know, and everybody's different. Cora was out there a lot with him, turning double plays, kind of showing him.
He's really fortunate in that regard, isn't he? Alex was a very good defender, up the middle defender, and your manager can take you out and say, hey, do this, try this. But, you know, you tip your cap to the kid. Now you don't even think about it. You know, he's turning double play.
He hadn't played much in the minor leagues, you know, at second base, and very raw. But it's what makes all these big prospects impressive is you show them, you tell them what they want to work on, and they do it quickly.
The All-Star Duran, a 2-run triple, his last at bat. His first 2 RBIs of the season. Base is empty here. Povich with a high pitch count. Up to 84. So he is not going to be out there very long. Devers on deck. He has walked a couple today. Red Sox have gotten him for 5 hits. Brandon Hyde, the manager, has done such a good job with this franchise. Pop foul out of play.
He really has. And you love the fact they stuck with him, right? First few years, boy, they're losing 100 games. And a lot of times it's like just when your team gets good, they now go look for another manager to lead them. They stuck with Brandon Hyde. Benefit from him. He's a great manager.
Now they're trying to win a playoff game. In play by Duran. Westberg up and over. And the Red Sox with a quiet 4th inning.
Support the Red Sox Foundation. Take home an exclusive charity bag when you buy a ticket to Saturday's game between the Sox and Cardinals. You can learn more at redsox.com/charity bags.
Red Sox home soon enough. This series in Baltimore and then back to Fenway for the home opener. They trail here 4-3 in Baltimore in the first of 3. Weisert's getting active in the bullpen.
Well, you think this would be a Cooper Criswell game if they go long, but they don't want to bring Cooper in with guys on. Like Weisert's more of a guy on base. Let's get the ground ball, the strikeout.
Is Cedric Mullins gets under this one and pops it up. First pitch swinging. Campbell puts that away. Mullins had doubled in 2 in the first inning. So 1 gone here in the 4th, and Urias will be next. You know, it certainly feels like it's going to be a bullpen game pretty soon.
Sort of feel like with the Red Sox, you want to get that lead in those middle innings and just get to Whitlock.
Yes.
Because if you never get the lead, he's not gonna go to him. You know, down a run or 2. At least I wouldn't think.
Caught on a miss by Urias, who fanned in the first. Jackson Holliday on deck. Getting the lead. Red Sox have only had it once this season. And that was after the Wilyer Abreu home run on opening day.
In the 8th?
I mean, 9th inning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
0-2.
Top of the 9th. That was it. Led for a half an inning.
In a while.
And that bullpen, too. I mean, when you come out of a 4-game series and your bullpen doesn't give up a run and you don't make an error, you usually win a lot.
1-2. Evens up the count on Urias. Really good defender. Came in hitting .364. And the 2-2 line down the right field line, but that's going to be a foul ball. One thing the Orioles are intent on doing this year, not only getting back to postseason play, but finally winning a playoff game. They have lost 10 consecutive postseason games going back to 2014. That's getting old around here. Ground ball toward the hole, and a seeing eye single past Bregman and Story. Both of them hit the deck trying to get to it. Urias with a base hit.
That's the first ball we've seen get by Bregman to his left. He has shown fantastic range that way. The Story goes for this ball, but there's really no play on it. Even if he gets it, this is either Bregman makes it or nobody does. See Story with that slide kind of brings back memories, doesn't it? Be careful going in that hole.
That's right. That's how he got hurt in Anaheim. Broke that shoulder.
And this may be it, by the way, too. You know, 3rd time through the order. Lefty on lefty here. After that, it's going to be the righty Westberg.
Jackson Holliday base hit first time up. Right back to the hill. Took him down to second, 1 on to first, and another double play. The Red Sox have turned 1 in each of the last 3 innings. It remains 4-3. Sean Newcomb's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket, the Massachusetts guy. He's given up 8 hits, but he's gotten 3 double plays. Ace Ticket with the best seats at the lowest prices.
Yeah, 4 in the first. After that, kind of settled down a little bit. Benefit got the ground ball when he needed. We said it at the time, that 2-out double by Mullins.
Yeah, Whitlock up in the pen.
There you go. Hasn't pitched in a couple of days, down a run.
Well, another tight one. That's been the case for the Red Sox in the early season and every game, really. And here's Raffy taking another crack at that first hit of the year. 0 for 17, 13 strikeouts. He has walked today and struck out. They send Povich back out there, maybe just for Devers. They have activity in their bullpen. Right-hander Bowman's been working out there. Bregman on deck, and then Refsnyder. Will this be the moment for the Red Sox All-Star? They're finally getting a hit column.
I'd like to see him fall over the plate a little bit more. You know, all these swings are followed by falling towards that Oriole dugout. He committed to left center.
Fouls that one back. Right over our heads. He's had a couple of decent swings today. He's fouled him right back.
If this was opening day, you would say, yeah, he's where he needs to be. You know, he's just missed a couple pitches.
2, fouled that one away at home plate. He was still inside the batter's box when it hit him.
And this is what I'm talking about, how he comes out of it. See how that almost that upper body backside is kind of falling towards their dugout. That's a ball we have seen him before kind of stay in there, use his hands, and hit this ball really to left center at times or pull it. Foot's out a little bit more.
Missed off the plate. 2-2. Chris Guccione, the home plate umpire today. Bregman to follow. And another take. He's only walked once in this one. Now 3-2.
I mean, he's picking the right pitches. He really isn't expanding at all. It's just making contact with strikes.
Can he time one up finally? Let's see if he gets a fastball. Here comes the 3-2. And that is in there for strike 3, 91 miles an hour. 0 for 18, 14 strikeouts for Rafael Devers. I think we all agree we've never seen an elite hitter do something like that. Even over a stretch in July. Well, here comes the manager. That was the one hitter he was going to face in this inning. 94 pitches, but turns it over to Bowman. And we'll be back with more Baltimore in just a moment. MLB opening week. Presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865. By Subaru of New England and the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. Subaru of New England.com. And by WB Mason. Request your food service catalog today at WBMason.com. Lou Merlone, Dave O'Brien, Jemai Webster from beautiful Camden Yards. Red Sox are down a run. They get into the Baltimore bullpen. I mentioned Matt Bowman, the right-hander, loosening up. He comes in with the bases empty to take on Bregman after Rafi Devers struck out for the second time today.
4 clubs last year, really on that third base side of the rubber. Throws across his body. Tough look for a righty. He's 92, got a little cutter there, you see. Got a little sweeper to go with it.
Alex 1 for 2 with a single. Will pop that in center field. Mullins coming in and calls everybody off. For out number 2 in the Red Sox 5th. Ref Snyder next. Red Sox have 5 hits. The Orioles with 8. Ref Snyder, one of the base runners today with a single.
Yes. Way in that right side. That's where Weissert was. He moved to the first base side to open things up for him, but
tried to hold up. He went. Says Dave Rackley. Story would hit next. He'll yank that one toward the hole and through for a base hit. Arias with a dive and a miss. Ref Snyder getting a start today, feeling much better after that stomach bug, and he's 2 for 3.
That's one thing with Rob. You know, he's a left-handed specialist, but when the righties come in, he still gives you competitive at-bats. Not an easy pitch to stay on, but he gets a little sweeper out, reaches out for it, gets enough of it to get it through the hole.
And that'll bring out Drew French, the pitching coach. Now, Trevor Story has numbers off of this pitcher. He is 3 for 5, 2 home runs off him.
So it's nice stepping in the box if you're not feeling good, knowing you hit a guy, right? How about Ref though? I don't even know. Did he even make it to Texas, like to the stadium? I think what day 1 he did. Then they just said stay in the hotel.
Stay in the hotel. Yeah.
Do you think got a little something from our trip in Monterey?
It's certainly possible. We were able to avoid it. Doesn't happen with everybody. Looking good today, though. And did not endure like what Abreu did and Mookie Betts did, losing all that weight. Mookie lost 23 pounds.
He's still going deep.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you do it?
2 bombs the other day, including a walk-off. The Story with a base hit. He's also struck out today. But facing a guy he likes doesn't always mean you're going to get a hit, but he's been driving the ball against Bowman. Orioles up 4-3, 5th inning. Ref Snyder taking off. The throw by Rutschman, not going to get him. The Red Sox continue to run very effectively this season, picking their spots. They had 8 stolen bases in Texas.
Well, this is just doing your homework. And the minute this guy came in, I guarantee the book was, we got somebody on takeoff. Look at this leg kick. He actually has a little body lean, leans back on that back leg. He is slow to the plate. Any kind of speed's taking a bag on him. Nothing to do with Rutschman.
Red Sox have now had 7 different players steal a base. Now that Rob has 7 different players.
Well, again, they do their homework. You know, Kyle Hudson's doing it as well. Though they're coaching third, working with the base runners, and you come into games, there's scouting reports for the runners. This guy's real slow. We're taking off. This guy's got a tip. This is what he does when he delivers to the plate. This is what he does when he throws over. Even if you've never seen a guy pitch, you trust the report.
Two down, a man in scoring position. And 2-2 on Story. Was that base hit in the third inning, the start of something for Trevor. Trying to pick up his first RBI of the young season. And the 2-2 right through it. Struck him out. Red Sox will strand a man at second. Inning 5 presented by Salem 5 Bank. So some clouds looming here in Baltimore. We knew there was a threat of rain for later. Hoping it will stay away for a while. Time now for the BuyForNow.com call to the bullpen. Red Sox will bring on Garrett Whitlock here in a one-run game, down a run. Kind of an interesting decision. But Newcomb is done. He wound up allowing 8 hits, 4 runs all in the first inning. And then after that, the double play was his best friend. The Red Sox turned 3 double plays, 1 in each of the last 3 innings with him in the game.
When he settled down to get the ground ball that he needed, the Sox good defense. We've seen that so far here this year, turning double plays. And you know, Whit hasn't thrown since opening day through a couple of games, a couple of innings. Tomorrow's an off day. You give him a couple more here today. Maybe not available in game 2, but you have him again for game 3. Want to keep it right where it is. Top of the order, too.
Yep. Westberg to lead it off. One of the many talented youngsters here for Baltimore. He has a base hit and a walk and a run scored. He had the first hit of the day for the Birds. One of 4 consecutive hits to start it in that first inning. And they all scored. And at that time, it was looking pretty bleak, but Red Sox bounced back with a couple of runs in the second. That was on a triple by Duran, and another run in the third. And it's held there ever since. In there for a strike. 6.
6 sink. He looked really good the other day. Back to that Whitlock, the reliever.
Yeah, looked really good all spring. Come back for him. It's a ground ball, routine play for Bregman. He'll fire. Close, but got him. Gonzalez playing first base today. All in that one in and one gone.
It's a nice play here by Bregman. Kind of gets a good jump on it, comes in, gets that short hop, throwing the run. A little bit up there, but Romy Gonzalez, nice job holding the bag.
Rutschman 1 for 2 with a base hit. He's hit into a double play as well. And Tyler O'Neill on deck. And day off tomorrow. 6:35. Back to baseball on Wednesday night. Start number 2 for Garrett Crochet. Tanner Houck going on Thursday. Red Sox home against St. Louis on Friday at 2 o'clock at Fenway Park. 2-1. And Sir Anthony Dominguez working in their pen, which is going to be tested today. Both pens will be. That's across for strike.
That's one area with this Orioles team you'd love to get those early leads, right? Stay away from Sir Anthony, Cano, and they got Batista back as well.
Yeah, he got a huge hand when he was introduced today. 2-2. Yeah, he went. He committed. That's strike 3. Rutschman down, Hacken, and 2 gone.
Left fielder number 9, Tyler O'Neill.
He kind of gets that 96. It started with a sinker in, right? Just to let you know I've got it and I can get it in there. And when that happens, that front hip gets a little jumpy and you get swings like that on breaking balls in the dirt.
Tyler today 2 for 2 against his old mates. Couple of singles, 1 for an RBI. Good to see 97 up on the board, even though that wasn't a strike.
Mm-hmm. He's been leaning on it hard here too. First couple of appearances this year.
O'Neill big numbers against the Red Sox, and he'll sock that one toward the alley. Long run, Rafaela can't get there. All the way up against the fence, and O'Neill is 3 for 3. That's a 2-out double in the 5th inning.
Didn't you know you're just going to have a big day, like a big series, right? This is again 97, maybe a little bit too much of the plate, but still 1-0. You figure safe pitch. Pitch Tyler O'Neill, the big part of the ballpark, or at least you don't want him dead pull. That's where his big power is. He just stays on and laces a double.
First double of the year.
Don't miss Red Sox first pitch Wednesday at 5:30. We'll preview the pitching matchup between Garrett Crochet and Zach Eflin. Only on NESN and streaming on NESN 360. Presented by Rodenheiser Home Services.
Mountcastle will be next. The first baseman did some damage with an RBI in the 1st inning. He has since taken ball 4. Red Sox really have played nothing but tight games here to start the season.
That guy's into it, isn't he?
Just a tad.
Think he wears that every game?
I think he wears it at home.
Is that like an opening day thing for him?
No, I think this is a choice he makes every day of his life as the ultimate Orioles fan.
The beard and everything.
I think he's shopping in that. In there for a strike. We said this when we came on the air. There have been many years when the Orioles had bad clubs where you would come to Camden Yards and it would be nothing but red. And now nothing but orange. Fly to right field. Rep Snyder, plenty of space back there, will make the catch. And Whitlock out of the inning, leaving O'Neill at second. Okay. The StatCast 3D is powered by Google Cloud.
Okay, Povich not exactly known to be a strikeout pitcher, but he struck out 8 and 4 1/3, and this is how he did it. One was that curveball over the middle, was a swing over, but look, 92, 91 with the sinker, the four-seamer. A lot of them painted on the inside half, inside corner, up. That was his strikeout pitch here today. Kind of lull you to sleep with the off-speed and then pin you with 93 in the inner half.
Sneaky.
He was sneaky. But again, it's a trend, right? Now 9 strikeouts. Campbell, Duran, only guys in this lineup that have not struck out, and they continue to be an issue for this offense.
They'll give way to a good relief pitcher here in Sir Anthony Dominguez. Sir Anthony, his first name. 30-year-old from the Dominican Republic. Acquired from the Phillies last summer.
He did a really nice job here for the Orioles, something the Phillies were sort of looking for all these years, to be a closer. He came over here, threw the ball real well.
Campbell testing him first. First with a walk. He's also grounded out to drive in a run.
Big arm, 97, 98, 99 in that range. Sweeper curveball.
Looked to hold, but he swung the bat. So says Rackley. 1-2.
They're going to spin it on him. They've seen him hit fastballs.
Gonzalez on deck, and then Connor Wong. We're in the 6th inning.
I don't think it's a problem for him. You know, he lay off him. He's going to chase. It's the big leagues. It happens. I mean, the difference is it's a big league spin, right? Maybe a little bit tighter, a little bit harder. He's showing he can do it.
Better location. 2-2 and struck him out. 99 with the fourth seamer. Good luck with that.
Nasty pitch. Could have went either way, right? It's one of those, again, take and pray. Right in the bottom of the zone at 99.
He thought it was down. As Lou said, borderline. Here's Gonzalez, 1 for 2 with a single. Romy getting a nod at first base today. As the Orioles started a left-hander, and Tristan Casas sitting. Tristan's another guy who is desperate to get going. He's 1 for 16. Figured just a matter of time. That's off the mitt. 1 ball, 1 strike on Romy. One man away, 6th inning.
Still pitch. Just saw 98, 99 in on you, in off the plate, and that'll sweep her away.
That went right through Rutschman. It's happened a couple of times. 2-2. Camden Yards packed to the gills. And a 2-2. Just got a piece of it. And they were ready. We get to the ballpark like 3.5 hours before the game, and there were thousands and thousands of people already here. 2-2 and missed with it. Not by much.
And I'm not happy. I tell you, this is a pitch you're going to give the one to Campbell. You're going to give this one, aren't you? This one might be better.
I think so. So a full count on Romy Gonzalez. Shattered the bat and a foul ball. The meat end of the bat wound up right near third base. Just a shard there for Romy. And he'll get a new one. Is there a torpedo bat in there?
It's a big craze, isn't it? That's 98 sink. Look at the four-seamer and a sinker.
Don't you want one?
Do I?
Just
to hit in the cage?
Just to go hit in the cage.
Sure. These guys apparently, some guys tried it in camp. Maybe they weren't a fan.
3-2. Popped it up. Very shallow. Mullins coming on, and so is Laureano. He broke well on it. 2 down.
There's been a lot of talk about it, right? The torpedo bat. I think Cora's saying that some guys tried it. It's not for everybody. Yankees tried. They're not the only team trying this. There's players throughout the league trying, and MLB has to okay the bat.
Yeah, they're legal.
They just lit up the Brewers. They swung it.
I mean, I'm watching some of the highlights of Nestor Cortez. He's throwing batting practice. 90 miles an hour. Not that you expect, 3 home runs on 3 consecutive pitches in the first inning, but he wasn't just down a little bit. He was throwing like 89, 90 right down the middle or up in the zone. He was getting killed. Aaron Judge does not use that bat. Doesn't have to.
Well, that's the other thing. He kind of gets lumped into this torpedo bat thing, and he's not using it.
Wong, the batter. Wilyer Abreu not starting today, but he does have a hard hat on.
And that's why Keegan Aiken, the lefty's out in that pen. Hyde playing a little Abreu defense.
1-1. Sounded like another broken bat, and a leaping play there by Westbrook to retire the side. Red Sox done in order. Don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live Wednesday at 6. We preview Garrett Crochet's second start of the season, only on NESN and streaming on NESN 360, presented by Plymouth Rock. And in Baltimore, Red Sox continue to trail by 1 on the Orioles opening day at home after they went 2-2 in Toronto. Bottom of the 6th inning. Whitlock into his second. Eston Kjerstad, the DH today, who was fanned twice. He'll lead it off. Red Sox with 6 hits, Baltimore with 9. Came on the air talking about the Orioles and Camden Yards moving the fence in and left. No one has hit it over that wall today.
I thought they were going to even it out. Like no more little angles anymore.
Right.
But the ball ricochets off that and go by the left field into that corner, right? If it hits that angle right.
Lunging pop up here. Bregman into the outfield to make the catch. 1 away. There's that oddity way down the left field line at the 373 mark, where there are actually 2 yellow lines. There's foul, and there's another one right next to the 373.
Yeah, so if it hits to the right of that yellow line at 373, it's a home run. If it sits to the left off that wall, it's in play. That wall is cement, and it's angled. So I would imagine if it hits from the foul pole to that yellow line, kind of kick off to the right, and get by the left fielder.
Could, very easily.
Quirky little corner, isn't it?
That's bound to happen too.
Oh, it will.
The law of averages. So we shall see that they're in, and the fences are lower. They've dropped them from 13 feet to 8 feet.
Well, they felt like they had to move them back. I mean, this was a bandbox. Boy, in the summertime, all you had to do was barrel the ball. I think I even hit a couple here. And the ball would just fly. The batter's eye is fantastic. You just love hitting here. Of course, they still got to worry about the stuff on the mound.
Dylan Carlson, a pinch hitter, hitting for Laureano to look at a strike. And you're right. Ever since this place opened, every hitter you talk to, the reason they love to hit here, more than what used to be very tidy dimensions, is the batter's eye. I mean, look at that. You can see the ball beautifully out of the hand.
Yeah, it's wide, right? Nice and wide. They're all plenty high, but you just feel like it's you and him. You can see it well.
Particularly if you're a lefty hitter. And there for a strike on Carlson.
Well, it's the one they called on Campbell.
Cedric Mullins on deck. And he held up.
You got to scratch and claw here. You got to find a way. Can't let that first inning, 4 runs in the first, beat you. I said at the time that 2-out Cedric Mullins double to get those last 2 runs in was a backbreaker. They battled back.
2-2 rattled foul. Red Sox came back fast though in the top of the second with Duran doing what he does really well, the 2-out triple. That's the 8th one he has had going back to the beginning of last year. Nobody else in baseball has more than 3. Cut on and missed that one right by him. Whitlock with the K, 2 down.
Was what we've seen from Witt though the last few years, right? As a starter, I felt like the velocity was never 96, 97. It was more 93, 94, bottom of the zone, look for the quick outs, get contact. As a reliever, I'm coming at you. I'm striking you out. There's more swing and miss in his game.
Cedric Mullins, 2-run double and a pop-up today. To the right side, charged by Gonzalez. Whitlock will get there, and that's it. They're going to go 1-2-3 on 10 pitches.
Catch a condensed 2-hour version of this game tonight at midnight on Soxin 2, only on NESN and streaming on NESN 360. Presented by Bigelow Tea.
Now, new pitcher into the game for the Orioles. Keegan Aiken will take over, and he will become their 3rd relief pitcher. They're going to go through a lot of guys today. Red Sox down 1 as we move to the 7th inning. And Dylan Carlson will stand a game to play right field. He came on to bat for Laureano. Set on Rafaela 0 for 2.
Yeah, but he's 6 for 6, Dave. He's seen 6 pitches and he swung at all of them.
Just take one, kid. And he does for strike.
It's a good pitch to hit. Inner half right there.
Swinging it that way. The 0-1. Well, he does on this one to right field. Carlson tested immediately. And one down.
This is why Aiken's in the game right here. Duran endeavors.
Left fielder number 16, Jared Duran.
Yeah, fastball, you run a 94-95. Good slider. Lefties hit only 135 on it last year.
We'll see if Duran can jump start it. He does have a 2-run triple on the day, 1 for 3. Red Sox have been haunted by the strikeout again today. They fanned 10 times, 52 times through the first 5 games. The club record through 5 is 56. It was set in 1966.
That's one thing this guy does is punch guys out. He's a 92nd percentile. K rate 31%. Again, good lefty coming out of the pen for Brandon Hyde.
Devers on deck. If you're just tuning in, he does not have a hit today. He is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Did Duran hold? No, he went. Strike 3. Number 11 on the day for Boston.
Way out of the zone. Try to hold up. See that swing? Yeah, it kind of went. Strong guy, but see those wrists kind of break.
Rafi Devers drew a walk in the first inning, struck out in the second, struck out again in the fifth, caught looking in the 5th inning. 0 for 18, 14 strikeouts.
See the balance? There is none, right? It's just, it's got to get the hands going. It's arm swing, and he's kind of falls under the plate and falls out of it. Stay in there.
Popped it up mile high, but back out of play. And when you're going bad, it's always 0-2, isn't it?
Yeah, I look at that front arm. How quick does it straighten out? It straightens out early, and when that happens, that front shoulder flies.
It's going to end sometime. Might as well be Baltimore.
Well, it's in here, always has.
2 down, 1-2. Made contact.
Swing just doesn't look right in so many ways, right?
Yes.
They measure bat speed now. He's lost like 4 miles an hour in that bat speed, like 73 to 69. And I think a lot has to do with the arms. It doesn't look like he's letting the hands work.
There is no talk of injury, like the shoulders are bothering him again. He's certainly not mentioning that. Alex Cora says it's timing, timing, timing. 2-2 and swung on and just got a piece of it to stay alive. We had a shot at him in the Texas dugout when the Red Sox lost the other day. He was all by himself, just sitting there. 2-2, and again fouled away.
He's trying to figure it out. You know, nobody wants to go through this. You know, listen, the whole DH thing, I think we're way past that now. Now he's trying to get ready and be the hitter that he is. 0 for 18, 14 strikeouts. Nobody wants to go through this. He's working pregame to try to change something out to get a feel.
Swing and a miss. Down he goes again. 0 for 19 with 15 strikeouts. It boggles the mind, frankly. Red Sox go in order. Join us for Red Sox opening day at Fenway Park on Friday as the Sox take on the St. Louis Cardinals. Get your tickets today at redsox.com/tickets. It remains a one-run contest now into the bottom of the 7th. 4-3 Orioles. They've out-hit the Red Sox 9-6. All the offense came early in this game, and it's been a battle of the bullpens. As Weissert will make an appearance, 62 of them last year, used a lot and threw the ball very well.
5 games in, you'll take a battle of the bullpen because your bullpen hasn't given up a run. It's just that you can't get a lead, get anything going offensively.
Arias has got 1 for 2 with a single. He's the number 8 hitter, then Holiday, and then Westberg for the Birds.
And now you're starting to get into the Cano-Batista range.
Yeah.
This is the strength of the Orioles. This bullpen is fantastic.
Back part of it is really good. Batista back.
The Red Sox have it too. Whitlock, Slayton, and Chapman. That's why having that lead after 6 is so important.
Orioles are trying to run out the clock here. That's floated down the line and will drop inside the line. Duran will hustle over and hold him to a base hit. Maria's second single of the day, but a leadoff here in the 7th inning.
Big play by Duran, though, just to get to it. Right foot speed. That should be double all day long. Man on second, nobody out. Now you still got the double play, which they've already turned 3 of.
That's one of the reasons so many people are in love with the Red Sox outfield defensively. Their ability to get to base hits and make them stay singles. Here's Jackson Holiday. He has been doubled up. He has a single too. He's a baseball phenom. Last year he made his major league debut at Fenway in April. He went 0 for 4. Struggled mightily. Went 2 for 34 in 10 games before they optioned him back to the minors. But a world of talent. Recalled at the end of July, and he would hit his first major league home run. It was a grand slam on a Utah street. Also had a 4-hit game against the Red Sox in August. Closer look at Utah. Always a bevy of activity. You get one out there, you've hit it. Arias the base runner. Three and 1 on Holiday. Westberg next.
Still one of the best ballparks in the game. For almost 30 years.
Incredible. It's gorgeous. In there for a strike. What do you tell all your friends when they ask you, okay, I love Fenway. Fenway's #1, but where else do I go? Have you been to Camden Yards? Have you been to San Francisco?
Seattle.
Seattle, Dodger Stadium.
33 years old, this place.
3-2 and in there. He pinned him to the plate and struck him out. Holiday put his hands up to his helmet protesting that call, but he fans.
Second baseman number 11, Westberg.
Kind of calling that, not calling it, right? Like Chris Guccione, a little inconsistent on this pitch down there. It'd be different if he was calling it all day long, but he's let a few of them go.
I think ABS is coming. That's across for a strike on Westberg. 1 for 2 with a single and a run. Got them started in the first inning with a base hit. They had 4 consecutive hits to begin the game against Sean Newcomb. They all scored. Didn't take long. They were ahead 4-0. Sox have been chasing all day. And to right. Snyder there. Will make that catch for out number 2.
Saw a ref kind of battling it out there. That wasn't necessarily the sun. It's more of the lights. Right? These lights right over the Red Sox dugout. Low line drive slicing right into it. Nice job staying with it.
Rutschman next. 1 for 3 with a single. And Weissert with his first one. Ball 1. Baltimore 10 hits. Red Sox have 6. Red Sox offense still looking for that really explosive inning. And not just Wilyer Abreu or Christian Campbell. Really hasn't happened yet. They've got Cano up in their pen. Arias gets the lead. And a high fly ball right field. Rev Snyder coming in. And Rob will make the catch, and that will retire the side with 1 left. Time now for our strong play of the game presented by your New England Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
Well, once we're in the bat, the Red Sox got back into this with Jarren Duran smoking at the left center, scoring too, cut the lead in half. His first triple of the year. Remember, last year he led the league in 14 of them.
It came with 2 down, but the Red Sox have failed to score more than 1 run since then, and have been trailing all day. And now it's the top of the 8th inning. In here, Cano coming out of their bullpen, an ultimate ground ball guy.
Yeah, he throws a bowling ball. 97, 98, big sinker, gets a lot of ground balls, good changeup, slider to go with it.
And it'll be Bregman to lead things off. He is 1 for 3 with a single. Then Rev Snyder and then Story scheduled to hit. Of course, Abreu is available. And he has come to the on-deck area.
It's one of those, once you get a guy like Cano, Dominguez, Batista, these are their guys. So it's no lefty getting up for Abreu coming in. This is Cano's inning.
Bregman socks that one on the ground. Holiday sets him down 1 away. And the Sox 8. And Wilyer to bat for the first time today. Amazingly, he consented to get on the team plane and leave Texas after what he did at Globe Life Field in Arlington. He went 7 for 10, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, and an on base of 800.
He did it there last year too. Loves hitting at that ballpark.
10th player in Red Sox history to reach 12 times in the club's first 4 games. Ted Williams did it 3 times. Adam Duvall did it a couple of years ago. In there for a strike.
It's sort of like the ultimate heat check here, isn't it? It's got 4 walks to go with it, but gonna pinch hit you in the 8th. Well, for this guy here, got to get the ball up.
1 man away. Ground ball, and Cano looking in the glove. Okay, that's where it is. He throws him out. 2 down. Not sure he expected to make that play.
It's a little comebacker, but it's off the end of the bat, so it's not exactly smoked. Put the glove down. All smiles after you make the play, right?
Trevor Story. Baltimore bullpen has set down 9 straight. And that's a strike. Four 3 Baltimore. And growing late here at Camden Yards.
It just disappears. That's 96. It looks like a split, right, with the way it drops vertically. And then the next minute, it goes down 6 inches. Really tough to stay underneath it.
Oh, and 2 on Story. If he gets on Campbell's next. Red Sox have not scored since the 3rd inning, but Baltimore hasn't scored since the 1st inning. And a 1-2 to Story. And struck him out. Red Sox again go very fast. 1-2-3 for the 3rd straight inning. Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Nissan. Savings have sprung at the Nissan Now sales event. Plymouth Rock, the official auto and home insurance provider of the Boston Red Sox. And by Viva Tequila Seltzer. Grab your Viva Tequila Seltzer today at all Market Basket locations. Tyler O'Neill being introduced to the home crowd here at Camden Yards earlier today. Home opener for Baltimore. And on the day, he's really flourished again, 3 for 3. Slayton coming on out of the Red Sox bullpen.
We had a nice little opening road trip. Again, homered for the 7th straight year on opening day, and then 3 for 3 here today. Justin Slayton here. Cora kind of unloading, right? With Whitlock for 2 and Slayton here trailing by a run.
Well, 2 singles and a double. Yeah, homered on opening day for the 6th consecutive opener. Last year, as a member of the Red Sox, was in Seattle. Well, great day for Oriole fans at the ballpark, filling up Camden Yards. This one turned into a battle of the bullpens, both of which have been really good. Mountcastle will hit after Tyler O'Neill. And he'll loop that one toward right. And he's got himself another hit. He's 4 for 4. He didn't crush it off the end of the bat, but he'll take his 4th knock today.
He's Got a couple of these now to the right side. Actually, 3 of the 4 hits. This is barely gets a piece of this fastball off the end of the bat. I don't know if it's broke or not, but it's a couple he's dropped into right field.
Boy, when you're going good.
Yeah. When you're not, the right field for some reason comes and catches it.
Every time.
Yeah.
Mountcastle puts that in play, and a great effort by Bregman, but that one by the second baseman Campbell into right field, and everybody's going to move up. Bregman somehow got there, almost made a sensational play, but a bad toss. They're safe at second and third. He took some punishment, man.
Got a little cut in his nose, or is that dirt? We got a little cut. Went a long way for this thing. Kind of couldn't get his footing. Tried to flip it. Ooh. And it was way off that bat. Campbell kind of doing what he can to get off of it. I don't know if that was a little cut on that nose or it was just dirt. It looks like a little cut.
Yeah, he's got a cut on the bridge of the nose or just below it.
Yeah, that's one of those. He went so long for it. It's just hard to gather himself. It was a step. Am I diving right now? No, I can reach it, but I couldn't catch his feet to try to make a more accurate throw to second base.
He took a shot too, and his head went down. So it's a base hit and an error on Bregman. And the Orioles now have men at second and third, and nobody out in the 8th inning.
You see it here. Barely gets a piece of it, but couldn't get his feet. Oh, then he slammed his nose hard on this dirt. Watch as he falls down. That head really bangs that dirt hard.
Break that nose very easily.
Absolutely. Watch here. Oh, man. Infield's in.
He hangs in there. Kerstad the batter. Nobody out, and ball 1. O'Neill to third. Mountcastle to second. The game very much on the line right here. And a base hit into left. O'Neill will score. Mountcastle to third. And it's now 5-3 Baltimore. Their first run since the first inning.
Well, this whole inning started right with a little broken bat single and then another little weak ground ball. Bregman tried to make a play. This one here is 97 off the plate. Give Kerstad some credit. This is a really nice piece of hitting. Staying on it, going the other way. The Red Sox team struggling to score runs every run. Makes it harder and harder here in the 9th.
Well, this is how the first inning began. With 4 consecutive hits, 3 now here in the 8th. And Mateo will run at first for Kerstad. They are on the corners. Tyler O'Neill starting this rally with his 4th hit of the game. He has scored. And now Dylan Carlson to climb in from the left side. Still nobody out.
Infield's still in. You know, if it was 1 out, they might be back a little bit more. If it's hit hard, turn a double play and get out of here. But you cannot afford that run to score. It could be a tough double play, but if he takes off, you have to go home and cut this run down.
Must. It's already straight uphill with the Oriole bullpen pitching the way they are. And they've got Bautista, the closer, out there. Ball warmed up. Long went halfway out. And they're delighted to have him back. He was the 2023 American League Reliever of the Year. Chris Well now up in the Sox pen. And a 1-0 from Slayton.
We also don't want Slayton going too much, right? making him unavailable. Even though tomorrow's an off day, but still, he's thrown a lot here so far this year.
They've already used Whitlock. Runner at first goes and dropped by Longo throw. So Mateo takes second with a stolen base.
The story is covering here, so there might have been a play on it. You do have Mountcastle at third. He doesn't run very well. They would have taken a shot at Mateo. 3-0 here. Be very careful.
Carlson taking, and that's ball 4, and the bases are going to be loaded for Baltimore. And for a tough guy in Cedric Mullins, here comes Cora. So Slayton is done.
I haven't seen it much from Slayton, right? The first runs the bullpen has given up all year long. It's not like they smoked, 3 balls kind of off the end of the bat, but we are here now, and it's late.
Criswell coming in. He inherits a mess, and we'll have more in a moment.
Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox, providing first aid at Fenway and supporting Red Sox scholars. Learn more at bidmc.org.
Well, the Baltimore Orioles ahead here in the 8th inning, 5-3. They have a man at every base. Cooper Criswell trying to snuff the rest of this out, but already a huge run in this inning. The Orioles put 4 up in the first inning. Red Sox countered with 3 in the next couple of innings. The score had been frozen there until now. And 4 consecutive Orioles have reached here in the 8th against the Sox bullpen. Mullins had a 2-run double in that first inning. And he goes up the middle. It skips off into center field. Mountcastle is in. Mateo will cross home plate standing. And the Orioles have busted the game open.
Well, Cooper comes in a tough spot, right? You got bases loaded, nobody out. You're basically just trying to save Slayton some runs at this point. And this ball here, I don't know if Story would have had a shot, but it comes up and clicks off of Criswell's heel. I think Story might have been able to get to this ball. He might have had it. Unfortunately, off the heel, 2-run score. This is a closer play at home plate than Mateo thinks.
Yes.
He barely gets in.
Very casual. But Mullins comes through again. He's driven in 4 runs.
Yeah, he's now 5 for, I believe, 8 runners in scoring position on the year, Cedric Mullins.
A strike on Arias. Still nobody out, first and second. A loss would drop the Red Sox to 1-4. And a ground ball. Bregman will go to second to get an out there onto first, and in time to turn the double play. On a bang play at first base.
Well, that's an impressive double play. I didn't think this ball at all. He had a shot at turning two. Bregman actually kind of had some trouble getting it out of his glove.
They are going to review it or ask for a review.
He gets it over to Campbell. Campbell gets this thing real quick over to first base just to even have a chance. How many of these are we going to have already?
This will be a crew chief challenge.
Yeah.
We are going to check the out call at second and the out call at first.
I wonder if he had his feet on base at second base.
It's a crew chief challenge because they lost their review earlier in the game. So they're going to take a look at both plays on the double play. Let's see what they come up with here. In any event, it is 7-3 Baltimore.
Yeah, Bregman had ideas of maybe tagging the runner and then quickly tried to get it to second base. They're challenging both. The question is, did Campbell's foot get on that bag? If the right foot, the left foot is behind. I'm not sure Christian had his foot on the bag. We'll see that one as well. It's tough to see.
Umpire out there, Edwin Moscoso, did rule him out at second.
And of course, at first base, we're back to the whole when is the ball in the glove? When it's entering, not the back. When it hits the back of the glove.
This third one we've had of those so
After
far.
review, the call at second is confirmed. He is out. The call at first base is safe.
Chris Cuccione waited a dramatic pause there after they got booed on the first one. Cheered on the second one. So they'll be at first and third with one out. No double play. And brings up Holiday. That would have been the fourth Red Sox double play turn today.
Yeah, and still impressive turn there by Campbell. Got rid of it real quick, strong arm. Need another ground ball here.
Instead of base hit. And that'll bring in another run. Carlson will score. And it's a 5-run lead for Baltimore. Holiday with his second hit of the day. This one for an RBI.
Two bookend innings here, huh? 4 in the first, 4 in the 8th.
Yeah, and very similar in that the first 4 men in the first inning all reached and scored. And the first 4 men in this inning all reached and scored. In the 8th. Top of the order in Westburg, so he'll become the 8th hitter in the 8th inning for the Orioles with 1 out. Going up the middle, looking for another double play. Campbell lunges, and he did get the out there. They're going to be safe at first and third. And 2 down.
This is a nice play by Christian. You know, that bag gets in the way. You don't know if it's going to hit that bag or not. He just sort of throws the hands at it in front to get it, and then able to get back to at least get the out. Right there, you don't know if that's going to hit the base or not. It just misses it. So it's really good actions there catching that baseball.
Rutschman now the 9th man to hit in the frame for Baltimore. As this one has come undone. 15 hits now for the Orioles, by the way. Rutschman has one of them. He has gone 1 for 4. Baltimore breaking away with 4 in the last of the 8th inning. And a dive back. Believe it or not, there have only been 16 pitches thrown in this inning.
The guys that throw strikes, they know it. And they're coming out swinging. Pitch 1.
1-0. Well, the Orioles delighting their packed house here at Camden Yards in their home opener. Red Sox still trying to solve some problems. bullpen finally giving up runs today. Had been perfect until today. Red Sox have also been charged with 2 errors today. They had played near flawless defense until this afternoon. Griswold home with a 2-1. And into shallow right, tracked down by Campbell to finally retire the side. But it's a 4-run inning, 8-3 Orioles. We go to the 9th. CVS Health is a leading healthcare solutions company and a trusted partner for every meaningful moment of health. You can learn more at cvshealth.com. Apropos, because the man coming in, Bautista, coming back from an elbow, when healthy, a dominating force out of the bullpen. He can be absolutely brilliant.
He was the AL reliever of the year back in 2023 before Tommy John missed all of 24. He had 33 saves with a 1.48 ERA. Look at the strikeouts. 110 strikeouts in 51 innings.
Yeah. 144 batting average. He can be impossible to hit. He's also got a 5-run lead as we're set to bring in the 9th inning. Red Sox on the verge on 1-4.
Well, his fastball split. He's got a little sinker. When you throw 100, 101, the ball shouldn't move as much as it does for him, but he's got that, and with that split-fingered fastball, he is tough.
So a nice test for the youngster Campbell, who will lead things off. Red Sox were involved in another very close, hard-fought game until the bottom of the 8th. Campbell 0 for 2 with a walk and a run today.
And that's kind of where he's been living, you know, 96, 93, not quite at that 9900 marker that he's been at. We didn't have the greatest spring. Tough to judge closes in spring.
Pop foul out of play. He's 98.
Christian reached base back in the first inning. He's got a hit in every single game he's been in so far. And extend that hitting streak to 5.
Does have an RBI today and a ground out. So the Red Sox got back in the game with the couple of runs in the second, another run in the third, but have not scored since then. And credit the Oriole bullpen, because Povich, their starter, left the game after 4 1/3 with a high pitch count. 97. 2-2. Gonzalez getting the start today at first base. He's on deck, followed by Connor Wong here in the 9th, and Bautista home at a 2-2. just missed apparently.
Again, sometimes this game is about take and pray. That is a good pitch from Bautista.
And he missed downstairs. He's going to walk him. So Christian Campbell reaching twice today. A leadoff walk in the ninth.
Christian's got this thing when he walks. Almost like, does he forget the count? Just sort of takes his time. And
Yeah.
I start questioning whether it was really 3-2 or 2-2.
Yeah, it's like,
He's done it like 3 or 4 times.
you take your base, Christian. He's in no hurry. Romy 1 for 3, a single and a run. Right up over the hard hat. Runner will advance down to second base. Campbell gets there. And Gonzalez get down fast. It's a good idea.
We're in there thinking dead red. Here we go. Just get a good swing on it. Next thing you know, you got a dome shot.
Shot down the left field line. O'Neill on a run, can't reach it. Here comes the run. Campbell will score. Gonzalez to second with an RBI double. And the Red Sox, for the first time since the third inning, are on the scoreboard. It is 8-4.
Well, nice little day from Romy here. His first start, second hit of the game, first double of the year. You know, these innings here, it's hard, right? You're down 8-3, but now 8-4. But these at bats still mean something. This team right now is trying to fight through it. They're trying to knock guys in, have better at bats. You don't want to give them away. Nice job by Romy.
Connor Wong trying to get in the hit column. He's 0 for 3 today. Nice scoop there by Holiday. Runner freezing at second and scooped up by Mountcastle for out number 1. So a couple of good scoops there on the infield for Baltimore. And one away. And Casas will hit now for Cedon Rafaela. With a man at second. He has started cold, 1 for 16.
He's another one you got to get going. You got a few guys doing some things here, but between Devers hitting second, Casas hitting fourth, I'd like to see those guys find it quickly.
Rafi Devers today, 3 strikeouts. But not alone. There are several guys with very cold bats at the moment, and Tristan is one of them. Looking to heat up and pick up an RBI. Which would be his first of the year. The guy you're really relying on to drive an 80 or 90 this year.
Yeah, we said before, the most important thing with Tristan is games played. Give me 150 games out there in that range, and we've seen the last couple years, that's 25, 30 home runs. He'll be RBI guy.
Got the split, 1 and 2. Duran to hit next. 1 out, 9th inning, 8-4 Baltimore. Big fly here would make it downright uncomfortable for Baltimore. Get that 318 down the right field line. 2-2. First of 13 meetings between these two division rivals. Gonzalez leading away from second. And he hangs in. 98 miles an hour and just nudged it.
Just trying to find something that clicks. You know, every at bat. Sometimes you have one good at bat, hit a ball good here, maybe it carries into tomorrow. You feel better about it if you're Casas.
We're into Wednesday anyway. 2-2. And he was able to check. Tomorrow an off day for these teams, and
that's right.
And Garrett Crochet going on Wednesday. This score holds up. That's one of those games where you traded for an ace, and now you need an ace performance.
Yeah. I thought game one was nervous.
Yeah.
We need you tomorrow, big boy.
3-2. Broken back ground ball. Mountcastle with a bobble, but beats the pitcher. Plenty of time. 2 down. Gonzalez to third. And the Orioles are 1 out away from grabbing their home opener at the Red Sox expense.
Well, you got an off day tomorrow. We're kind of get some minds right here a little bit, and going on Wednesday, and you maybe the offense you thought you were going to be, but really what you are. Some good hitters. They just got to figure this thing out.
Jaron with a 2-run triple in the second inning, first triple of the year. As the Red Sox jump back in the game, got a little closer in the third inning. They were down 4-0. Then it was 4-3, and they were in it. And it was a dogfight after that until a 4-run 8th inning for the Orioles. They'll sock that one on a line. That's going to drop down and left and chase in a run. Gonzalez scores to make it 8-5. Jaron Duran with his 3rd RBI today.
Yeah, it's good to see some fight, right? You were in this game 4-3. Next thing you know, there's a 4 spot. I mean, you could have walked through this 9th inning right here and just sort of given at bats away. Let's get to an off day. We haven't had one in a while, but instead you've seen some guys fight. It started with a good at bat from Campbell. Nice knock from Duran, of course. Why not? Rafi Devers.
Well, Rafi is yet to figure it out. He is 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts today. So 0 for 19 for the year. And a stunning 15 strikeouts. That first hit so elusive. There goes Duran. And is up high. 2-0. It's going to be indifference, by the way. No stolen base granted.
Base runner here. This could get interesting.
2-0. He checks. 3-0. Does have a walk today.
I would say at any point in his career, when he is 3-0, it is green light. Not right now. Until he finds it.
And he looks at a strike. Maybe a tad below the zone, but it's 3-1. He's always liked the ballpark. Here comes the 3-1 from Bautista. And a liner but foul. That'll fill up the count. And a crowd up here, Camden Yards, looking for one more strike. Duran leading from second. 2 down. The 3-2 to Rafi. And he'll draw a walk. So the Red Sox with a pulse here in the 9th inning. Devers walking for the 2nd time today. First and second. Bregman coming up, representing the tying run.
I was going to say, too, this kid Bautista, 24 pitches. It's been a while, right, since he has thrown. This is a really long inning here. If you're Alex Bregman, you want to be patient, but still looking for something to miss that fastball right down the middle of the plate. It's a long inning for him.
Meanwhile, Aroldis Chapman just beginning to loosen up in the pen.
Cora's going to be happy about the way this ended. You know, we'll see how it happens here. Maybe you can get a big shot here and keep playing from Bregman. But either way, you want to see some fight late when things aren't going your way. And to be able to get
Gregory Soto in their pen, Lou.
And to get the tying run up in this situation here.
Bregman's first at bat since he went lunging after a play at short and slammed his nose into the dirt. Bit of a cut there in the bridge of the nose. Got runners at first and second. And again, he represents the tying run at the plate. He starts him off with a slider for ball one.
You know, the way you got the lineup set up too, you got a Brady on deck.
Alex today 1 for 4, single in the first inning. And swings and pops it up a mile high on the infield. Orioles waiting on that and backs up to make the play and end the ball game. So the Red Sox gave themselves an opportunity at the end, but they leave 2 aboard. Baltimore wins it 8-5. The Red Sox begin the season 1-4.
Yeah, the beginning got you both here. First inning and the 8th inning. Showed a little bit of life here in the 9th, and hopefully you think that can carry over after maybe a well-needed off day. Maybe show up here on Wednesday and try to put up a crooked number. Big one.
You got an ace for a reason, and the Red Sox need him on Wednesday. They need Crochet to pitch like one in his second start. Stay tuned for Extra Innings Live presented by WB Mason. TC and Jim break it all down for the Red Sox here in their season opening loss against the Orioles. Final score, Baltimore 8 and the Red Sox 5.